I just wanted to show you what I have put together for myself for this upcoming school year. So we're just going to go through this quickly. Year at a glance. I keep the school calendar, the district calendar, and my class schedule for my own classes. I tape them in here with washi tape so that when schedules change, as they do, I can take it out, put the new one in. My long-range planning, I plan just the main objectives I have for each grade level for each month. I have a separate sheet for my choirs that I teach as well. Each month is on a full page sideways, and then I clip from whatever the current month is over to the current week so that I can quickly flip back and forth when I need to. And I filled this out just to kind of show you how I use it, because I use the lesson planning pages with the dates going across and 5 blocks for each day. But I actually teach more than 5 classes most days. I sometimes teach up to 9 classes in a day, but several of the classes are in the same grade level. So I tend to group those together in my head. So I either, if I'm teaching 2 different lesson plans in those 2 classes in the same grade level, I'll just draw a line and there's enough space for me to do that. Or a lot of times it's actually the same lesson plan, so then I can just write it together. But prep for my classes, and then anything else that's going on outside of school, my to-do list that I keep track of over here. Right behind that I have my grade book, and I keep right next to that the National Core Arts General Music Standards, and I write down when I'm planning out my year over the summer with my long-range planning. I go through and fill out which month in general I'm planning to teach, and then assess each of these so that I can try to make sure I'm staying on top of those standards. Parent contact, anytime I email or call or talk to a parent in person, try to write that down. Doesn't always happen, but I try. Sub lessons, this has been really great this year to have, so that I can keep track of which classes have done which lessons. That way I can always use the same lesson plan again if I know it's a different class. My wish list, so that at the end of the year when we're planning out budgets, I know exactly what I've been thinking about during the year. IEPs, I write down, the most important part to me is having the staff contact of who I should go to first, so that when I need to talk to someone I know which person has which student. This is my online business expense and income records, which I've seen people use for private music lessons that they teach, or they have an Etsy store. A lot of music teachers and other teachers have a separate business just in the summer, or that they do outside of school with tutoring or other things. So I use this for my Teachers Pay Teachers business, and it's just very simple. Add and subtract and total at the end. I actually use this primarily on my computer, but I usually have one printed out with the main fonts that I like to use and the main clip art things that I purchased, so that I can remember what I've bought and make sure that I'm using it when I'm making something. Ideas that I have for new things that I want to post, and then I check off when it's done. This is specifically for Teachers Pay Teachers that I use, but it helps me keep track of everything that goes into actually uploading a product once it's been created, and marketing that goes along with that. Make sure people find out about the stuff that I'm doing. And Pinterest. This is specifically for the collaborative boards. This is my whole blog section, which is expanded a little bit this year. Got linked to parties that I'm in, promotions, post ideas. You know, I come up with ideas at totally random times, so if I just write them down, then I can always go back and check it off. and when I share blog posts, especially just really important ones that I want to make sure get out there, I'll keep track of this way. And then long range planning for my blog, especially holidays, I want to make sure that I remember, or school related events or things like that. I use DonorsChoose a lot. I've gotten a lot of great resources for my classroom, so this helps me keep track. I write the month, day of the different dates that things are due along the way to get those projects funded. This is my home management binder section that I keep in the back with my teacher planner. I don't want to have more than one book. So this is birthdays and anniversaries. This is obviously contacts. I laminated this monthly cleaning to-do list so that I can use a wet erase marker to check things off as I go. I'm using dry erase so that I can just take this back off again. But if you use wet erase, you can laminate sheets and then just reuse them, and it won't come off onto the other sheet. You can just wipe it off with a wet paper towel or something, it'll come right off. I have my unit conversions for the kitchen. I do have less meal planning sheets in the home management binder that I sell in my store. But for me personally, I have a menu planner in my kitchen as part of my command center already. So these are just recipes that I keep on hand when people ask me about them, or when I need to pull them out from somewhere else and I want to find the recipe quickly. I have them in these little pockets. Child care, takeout numbers, utilities and bills. I write down phone numbers and websites and when stuff is due, how often, just in case my automatic bill payment goes crazy or I need to find something out. Medical information. I have some goal setting sheets that have been really helpful that I use once at the beginning of the calendar year, and I usually do it again at the beginning of the school year as well. But the only sheet that I keep in my planner is the priorities list. This is really good for me to reference, and I keep it in my planner so that if I find myself sort of getting off track from what I want to be focused on, I can look at this and remind myself how much time a week or a month or a year do I really want to be spending on these things, and kind of get my life back on track to where I want it to be. So that is my planner. Hope you enjoyed this quick tour, and you can go to my blog, Caldwell Organized Chaos, at blogspot.com to find out more about all the planners I have available in my store.